Today in the crypto space, we're seeing the market looking nice and green. The heavyweights, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are both up approximately 2.5%, give or take. Bitcoin right around that $60,000 level, Ethereum right around $2,500 mark, and the rest of the crypto space, the altcoins, some of them doing very well. We have Tau, Dog with Hat, Pepe, Polygon, and many others. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one altcoin that is definitely at the bottom of the range, and it could be in an undervalued scenario looking for that bottom before it does rise. Guys, that project is called Shido. So you know what, let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunities. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with this market. Market's looking good. If you see the market cap, it's definitely rising. We're not back to about 2.2. I like the $2.2 trillion level. We're slowly grinding to the upside. We have a bit of trading volume kind of going sideways. I would have loved to see a little bit more trading volume here. We got a bit of a spike, but nothing major, but still okay. As we see the price rise, we see the volume holding steady. But what's more important is that we are seeing all the capital that is flowing in. It's coming in to the market. Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? We do see BNB looking really strong. Obviously, Solana waking up a little bit here. We do see Dogecoin, and the market in general is looking very strong, right? Very strong. Tron is taking a bit of a dip. Tron has been doing well in the past based on, you know, the meme coin narrative and all that good stuff. But right now, the rest of the market is taking the market cap. We see AVAX doing good, 3%. I'm seeing about 3%, 3 to 5% throughout the market as we speak. We do see Chainlink looking good. What else do we have? A lot of green. These fractals are nice and green. Near Protocol looking good, 20% in the last 7 days. Guys, look at the last 7 days on a lot of these projects, guys. We're talking about 20% across the market. Double-digit gains everywhere. Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance, FET, up 32% in the last 7 days. Great moves to the upside, guys. And we're even seeing some of the OG meme coins do well, like Pepe and a few others. Guys, the market is looking hot. Out of all projects, Polygon right now is up 11.7%. What a nice move to the upside. You know, it's one of those OGs, no doubt. You know, it is a layer 2 that technically, you know, it's been around, of course, and now it definitely changed. It's rebranded. It's now POL, P-O-L is the ticker, Xmatic. But we have to understand that, you know, there are a lot of competitors out there right now. There's a lot of competition in the layer 2 space. OGs like Matic, Polygon, you know, at the end of the day, definitely have their space, to have their position, but definitely I like to see this. Why? Is because I can see that the Ethereum narrative is doing pretty good. And it's not just Ethereum for that matter. It's the rest of the market is also doing good. But it's good to see that Ethereum's getting a bit of action in the Ethereum narrative as well. It's not like it's being left behind or anything like that. And as we keep on going down, we do see a lot of good projects. Definitely a lot of good projects. I would say, again, about 3 to 5% to the upside. But guys, if you've been following me here on the channel, you know that we've been talking about the Tectum and Mint Layer narrative. And we've been seeing the rotation happen in the last little while. We see Mint Layer run, then we see Tectum run. We see Mint Layer run, and then Tectum run. And guess what? Mint Layer right now is on a tear. Yesterday, we saw Tectum on a tear. The day before, we saw Mint Layer on a tear, and back and forth, they're doing their thing. And we've been rotating back and forth into both of them, seeing double-digit gains per day for the last few days. So it's doing pretty good, guys. The whole narrative is doing pretty good. And of course, that's the Bitcoin narrative. We're seeing layer twos and obviously, the side chains and so on. So this is what I'm going to be focusing on the next little while, because we're seeing some strength within that narrative. And we definitely want to capitalize on the narratives that are hot right now at the current moment. As we scroll down, we do see the market's doing pretty good, no doubt. Doing pretty good. We do see a lot of good green, some of them more than others, but at least we're showing some strength. And I do expect a continuation in the immediate short term. However, guys, we are leading into the weekend. Today's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. But Saturday, Sunday is not the best time to be trading. Order books are thin. Everything starts to be very volatile. There's not many whales out there doing their thing and making things stable, but there is a lot of manipulation happening because it does take a small amount of capital to move markets at this case, during the weekend. So there's a lot of manipulation, lots of volatility. So be careful out there. If we do get opportunities to either buy dips on spot or take profit on spot, guys, that's a great scenario. No doubt. Take full advantage, but be careful getting into leverage positions and all that kind of stuff, because it definitely is a volatile moment. The weekends, enjoy some time for yourself and your family. That is a great time to catch up. All right, guys, let's talk about charts. I know you're talking about charts, so let's begin. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin showing a lot of strength, guys. I talked about this scenario where we see Bitcoin show strength and we could see the market show a lot of strength. And I'm going to move this green arrow aside a bit so you can see we're currently testing levels that we've been analyzing for the last 200 days or something like that. Crazy. But at the end of the day, what do? Do we see the price action break above and hold support and get to the top of the range? And if that does happen, guys, expect the market to give us some good gains. All right, guys, let's talk about this in a little bit more detail. Bitcoin breaking above the 200 daily as we speak. Good look, no doubt. We have about 5 hours, 4 hours and 40 minutes to close this daily candle. Guys, I'm going to be live tonight, of course, at 8 p.m. EST, talking about crypto news and price action. We'll close the daily candle. We'll talk about what happens and see what happens here with Bitcoin. But if it closes the daily candle like this, it's good. It's a good start. Open the daily, close another daily, start to get even better. If we back test there, it looks great. If we break above horizontal, it looks even better. Guys, we're slowly getting into a bullish stance. It's starting to look really good here, guys. We got bullish divergence right into here. We talked about that yesterday and the day before. We analyzed the charts each and every day. We talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is a good leading indicator. If we see bullish divergence and strength in Bitcoin, what's going to happen to the market, guys? This is why I want to use Bitcoin as an indicator, because if Bitcoin does well, the market is going to do well and the altcoins are going to do well. So we can see that exactly what's happening. Class A bullish divergence. We're getting a bit of a pop to the upside. No follow through just yet, although it does look like we're doing great. If we get follow through from the Class A bullish divergence, we're going to get to the top of the range, guys, and maybe even break out. So pay attention here. EMA is looking good. Green histogram bar is looking good. The bullish divergence on trend oscillators looking good. Everything's looking good for Bitcoin at the current moment. Yes, we're getting a bullish stance. We break above, we're bullish once again, guys, and we're hopefully going to start breaking out of this bull flag and start seeing this expansion to the upside. All right, guys, that's it. That's Bitcoin, sweet and short. Let's move on. Let's take a look at Shido, guys, and I'm talking about Shido for one specific reason. And the reason is that it could be severely undervalued. Okay, it could be a great opportunity to see Shido reclaim previous price action. What I'm going to do quickly is get onto the 4-day. I barely really cover the 4-day. It's not a time frame that I'm really keen about, but nonetheless, this is a good way to consolidate price action so we can see this big picture. And you can see at the end of the day, we are seeing the price action go sideways. Very sideways here at the bottom of the range. A lot of volume here at the point of control. Did we hit a floor price? It's very possible. Now, if you've been following what happened here with Shido, it did get an exploit. It was an unfortunate event. It happens all the time in the crypto space, but believe it or not, this is usually when you get the best opportunities to get in an undervalued scenario on a team, on tech, on an opportunity that could make you some massive gains. So what I'm looking at here is a full recovery just to get back to previous highs. Forget price discovery for a second here, just getting back to previous highs. It looks pretty good. And the fact is that we're holding horizontals very, very nicely while the market is showing strength. Shido today is up approximately 4.5%. Not bad of a scenario there. So overall, we're doing okay here, going sideways. And to be honest, I like what Shido's trying to achieve. The reality is that Shido, despite the exploit, despite the negativity, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the team keeps on hustling, and they're not taking it. They're not taking it. They're definitely moving forward. They're definitely hustling, getting things done, and you can tell by the price action, guys, and the community is nice and strong. So, yesterday I got a comment, basically saying, I'm not covering Shido enough, but I thought, I definitely want to cover Shido when it matters. And, I give it some time, guys. You know that I'm super patient and I'm bullish on Shido, but I'm not going to be calling or shilling Shido when there's nothing to be said. I think now it's time to say something. The reality is we're going sideways, and sideways is a good opportunity to get in from a healthy risk to reward ratio. Yes, it's a punt, in the sense that, this looks scary and I'm taking a bit of risk. I get it. But calculated risk is always healthy, especially when you can identify invalidation. Really, the bears are going to come in and start saying that this is a bear flag. Clearly, impulsive move down. We know why. Exploit. Again, they patched it up and moving forward. And a lot of updates, a lot of movement as far as the team goes. And then sideways price action right after a dip like this suggests maybe this becomes a bear flag and we come down further. Guys, I don't think it's going to happen. Obviously, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know what the future holds, but I don't think it's going to happen based on, where we are in the cycle, based on what the market has been doing in the last little while. We have a lot of projects showing a ton of strength, and it could be that we're showing an opportunity to get in at the bottom. So I'm going to get my TA back in here so that we can see what we've been talking about here in the last little while, and then we'll take a look at the oscillators and all that. You can see that this is a decent level. This is a level that I was eyeballing before. Green arrow, basically volume gap that is slowly being filled by all this price action. We came down in a descending wedge, falling slightly below this low, maybe even respecting this low, which is very good. The reality is I like this level, the thick yellow line, because of the volume gap that was here prior. And as we consolidate and bring some price action into this area, these volume gaps get all filled up. What I do appreciate in the short term is that it made a higher high, clearly a higher high, and now clearly a higher low. Guys, we've been making lower lows and lower highs on Shido for a good while in this descending type of pattern. This descending structure should have a bullish bias breakout, definitely hitting the base of the wedge, which means that we have a bit of upside to, potentially wait for. Now, are we buying the dip? I'm just going to tell you one thing. This is a great swing failure pattern in the sense that we came down, hunted liquidity, got a couple people wrecked, of course, and these sweeps of the lows, these swing failures, basically accompanied by some price action that gets back into the structure, a back test, and a bit of a confirmation right here using the previous horizontals as support once again, gives us the confirmation that maybe, yes, we're making that confirmed higher low, and then we go for another higher high. Imagine if Shido eventually recovers from this dip and it gets back to its previous price action, guys. That's why I am calling it a punt. It is definitely looking scary. Your invalidation is right below this lows. If it does break below those lows, you guys, you have critical decisions to make. We're making another lower low. What are you going to do about it? Exit your positions, wait for another consolidation, wait for another structure at lower levels, and then buy the dip? Very possible. But guys, what about the fact that we are way far away from the previous high? Again, I'm going to go back to the 4-day, guys, because it's a lot easier to see the chart. What about if we go back to the previous high, right? What a move to the upside. What a great recovery for our portfolio, or even for, a nice move to the upside for an investment opportunity on spot type of thing. Let's take a look at this as far as a long position setup. Now, if we get into a setup long, let's say hypothetically we get in right now, and we're going to trail this up a little bit so that we can, be clear that we are trying to respect that horizontal, and we'll zoom in a little bit to kind of make this as accurate as possible. Forget the TP for a zone for a moment, and you can see that, okay, we'll put it right into here. We're taking a 37%, 38%, 40% dip and potential hit to our portfolio or our bag. That's fine. I get it. Now, guys, look at the potential gains here. Okay, if we get back, look at this straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up price action, no volume right into here, meaning there's no support or resistance. We can fly right through. Once we break above 0.003, we can fly right through. Not much resistance till about here, 0.007. You can see there's a bit of a node of volume, and even still, that is weak. That is a weak node of volume, meaning we can fly right through that. The majority of the volume is all the way down here at the point of control at 0.00837 more or less. Okay, guys, so think about it like that. Now, before I go into, measurements and looking at, actual percentages, you can see that even in this level right here, we're getting a bit of market participation. Lots of volume coming into here. Now, what we have to understand is that up until now, we've been making lower lows and lower highs. It's a lot of sell pressure, no doubt. But the question is there some buy pressure? And how much buyers are actually accumulating here for potential recovery? And this is the time to take potential risk here. Now, again, that swing failure pattern right now, as you can see it on the 4-day, it's looking really good. And it's basically an inverse head and shoulder that I'm talking about. We need to break above 0.001 right into this volume gap to get things started. And then breaking above this previous highs, forget about it. The price is going to start to run, right? So we got to watch this level, this empty space right here in volume for that weak spot right here. If I drag this over, we've been looking at this for a good while. As you can see, we want to break above that. We want to get things going where we're making strong higher highs and higher lows so we can get that pivot to the upside. And this higher low on the back test of the swing failure pattern is really good. Now, again, percentages, guys, we're not even talking about all-time highs or price discovery. Just right here, first level of resistance, you're up 264%. Risk to reward ratio is 7-to-1. That's a good punt. In my book, a small bag can make you some great gains. Just taking a bit of risk on spot, if you get what I mean. You're buying bottoms, you're not buying tops. You're buying levels of horizontal support. You're getting good structure suggesting pivot. And we'll talk about divergence in this. Actually, let's look at divergence right now. Look at the expansion right here. Major expansion to the downside, clearly. And the expansion is slowly tapering in as the price action is coming down. That means the weakness is there. The bears are showing weakness. And as this happens, we're going to see the divergence to the upside. And look at the trend oscillator. And this is the 4-day, guys. We can get onto the daily and you'll see a very similar thing. Each expansion, one by one, as it is expanding to the downside. And I have my previous TA right into here, showing us that each expansion, one by one, is getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and we're trending to the upside. Guess what, guys? That's class A bullish divergence. And if you start looking at the trend oscillator, it's very clear that we're trying to see the EMAs get into the bullish control zone and finally expand to the upside like we have done in the past right here. Guys, when that happens, it's going to be too late. The train will leave the station. So I'm appreciating what Shido's doing right now, trying to hold that horizontal support to give us the best risk to reward ratio opportunity. And again, back to the risk to reward. You can see that just here we're being very modest and we're still up 265%. Let's hypothetically say that we start breaking out, break through the volume gap. What do? Empty space, break right through, start reclaiming previous price action, 550%. Crazy gains, risk to reward, 12-to-1. Keep on going, guys. Previous highs right around this level. I would say this is an interesting level because of this spike or node of volume. Up 837%. And all we're doing is reclaiming previous levels, not even getting into all-time high scenario or even price discovery. And if we did do that, guys, the gains are massive without even getting into price discovery. 13x just right here, and we're still within a zone where we can use previous price action to help us come up with confluence, with setups, and using previous price action to basically give us some confidence of what's going to be happening next. Guys, Shido is looking good as far as a punt goes, as far as it getting a floor price, as far as us getting, some exposure and DCAing into these projects, guys. I would say that this is the time you are not buying tops. Guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor, slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description. Feel free to join the Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. See you tonight at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Have a good one, and don't forget, buy the dip.